Greetings, ARX fans. Francesco Bologna here, and ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a year it has been for Axem Ranges X. Before any of you guys say anything, big update for those of you who follow me on DeviantArt. Yes, it's official. I have changed my username and have gone core until January. So from now on, my username is Biohazard Studios. And as you know, with every social media account that I have, I've been changing my name to Biohazard Studios since then. The only social media website that hasn't changed is the Facebook page of Axem Ranges X, because right now, as of this very moment, I still don't have a page for Mugen Fight Night Fighters because it belongs in groups. It doesn't belong in pages. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, happy ARX Day. And I know what you're probably thinking. Glasses, right? Well, guess what? I'm actually dressed up for Halloween. So I'm basically that guy with glasses. And these are actually numbered. They're old, so yeah, you probably, I don't know if you've ever seen me wear these glasses, but I've worn these a long time ago. And I mean really a long time ago. And how far back are we talking? Well, let me take you down memory lane with how I started the entire Axem Ranges X series. In fact, what's funny is that this all started way before high school even began. So during that time in elementary school, actually, it was around grade 5 and 6, I was given a Dell desktop computer. It was one of those old-fashioned towers with the big television screens and what have you. And a friend of mine from school, he introduced me to creating Super Mario levels. And this was way before Super Mario Maker ever released. We're talking like 5th grade, 6th grade, anyhow. So basically, he introduced me to creating your own Mario levels using MS Paint. And so I was creating stuff that looked like this, basically. I made a whole page. I made Mario levels with the platforms, with the blocks, the enemies included, even the bosses. I even went as far as to create a video game, which unfortunately got scrapped because the computer was finished. It had a virus and it had to be removed and thrown out. I mean, it wasn't really a good computer to do games in the first place, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, it was a learning experience, and I knew for sure that ever since then, I cannot program a single video game because I am not an experienced programmer. I mean, that's the downside with the Game Maker software. If you want to create your very first game, it's easy at first, but then when you get into the technical stuff, you need to learn a bit of coding to make it possible. But basically, this was pretty much what I started with. I started with a Mario Paint level, and then came the game, which ended up being scrapped. And besides, I mean, even if I did sell the game, it would be a Nintendo DMCA takedown notice, because the thing about the game, it was pretty much a carbon copy of Super Mario Bros. 2, but way worse. I wouldn't even play it for the likes of it. So yeah, so that game went to hell, and good thing for it. So other than that, the Mario Maker level, it was fun while it lasted, but then when the computer died, yeah, I've forgotten all about it. And then after that, I went on to going to the world of Sprite Comics. Now, there are basically two kinds of users out there on the internet today. You got the Mario comic makers, and then you got the Sonic comic makers. And the funny thing about this whole journey is the fact that I actually share a similar story with a YouTuber on DeviantArt. Her name is Courtney. We all know her as Project SNT. And basically, she dove into the boat of Sonic fan-made comics with sprites, of course, and I myself, I jumped into the same boat, except not for Sonic, but for Mario instead. And this, what you see before you, is actually the last rendition of my very first Mario comic. As you can see, it was very crappy at that time because I was more fascinated by the 8-bit sprites rather than the modern Bowser's Inside Story sprites. But this was basically, the entire thing was a start to Axem Rangers X. It started with a couple of 8-bit Mario comics, trying to make adventures here and there, and what have you. In the end, it was pretty fun. And then, of course, the website that hosted it got taken down years ago, and every single 8-bit sprite comic that I ever made, it no longer exists because the website was... Let's just say the website is no more. I'm not even going to mention what the website is because it's ancient history from here on in. But this is the only comic I was able to salvage before the takedown. And yeah, it's really basic, and you know what, it's like SNT once said, you gotta cringe at your old work, and I'm definitely cringed by this, even though it was my first attempt to make a comic. And yeah, it does look like shit compared to Axem Rangers, but then again, that was me back in elementary school. So, who to blame, huh? And then came a game changer that changed my life forever, and that was Super Mario Bros. Z. Super Mario Bros. Z was so it was also my first introduction to actually see wow, yeah, that was something they would make an amazing story in and of itself. Unfortunately, I didn't want to what's the word I'm looking for? Copy the dialogue of Power Rangers. And the thing is, I didn't even want to go into the Power Rangers universe because, first of all, they've always had the formula, which monster shows up, the Power Rangers transform. Monster grows bigger, they use the robot to finish the job. As for me, I didn't really... Let's just say it was Power Rangers SPD was the very last Power Rangers I ever saw. And, I mean, the formula, you know, it's one thing to watch the original Power Rangers, but after that, it starts getting repetitive and what have you. The bottom line is that what I wanted to do was create something similar to Super Mario Bros. Z, but had nothing to do with Mario. But the problem is, I didn't have a story back then. But I did have someone who inspired me. And unfortunately, his channel has been dormant for the past few years. And basically, this guy has worked on something very special. It's called Super Mario Adventures X. And this was my very first introduction to sprite animation in... there we go. It was my very first sprite animation introduction to basic Mario making stories. And in the end, it was basic, but it pretty much started the whole revelation of Axem Rangers X. And again, this is the second building block of actually making Axem Rangers X. And I actually did give this a try. I once did a Mario video. I attempted to do a Mario video featuring Bowser, Kamek, Bowser Jr., and the Koopalings. And back then, the main problem was I had not known anything about MySpace, YouTube, or any of those things, and the problem was during the time when I had the Dell Dimension, the very first time I actually did make an animation, I unfortunately ended up with a malware infection. And unfortunately, because of that, my computer got fried, and it was the first time I had to do a virus removal restart, in which I had to reboot the computer to factory settings, just start the entire computer all over again. I mean, it was a good experience, but the problem was I had no idea how to get it out there on YouTube, and now it's pretty much lost history as well, the Mario video. But in all honesty, it wasn't even exciting. It was just talk and text, and yeah, there was no action whatsoever, and everything was happening in Bowser's castle. It was just one scene, and that was the end of it. And then after that came my first episode of Axem Rangers X, which was released on October 25th, 2009, which today is Axem Rangers X Day. So what a day it is to relive an adventure that you worked on all these years, and now here we are, Axem Rangers X 2019 ARX Day, October 25th. And for those of you that are wondering, this is the brand new episode 90. It is the ultimate conclusion to the Thorium arc. Now the thing is, I am really proud of the Axem Rangers X series, how far it's gone. I've seen all kinds of stuff. I've done character models of sprites for sprites for fans. There are fans out there that actually like the show, and it's really gratifying for me because you don't usually find fans out there often. I mean, but then again, you had fans who really appreciated the work of Project SNT, Courtney, and she's really having a huge follow-up, which I respect her for. And at the same time, Axem Rangers X, slowly but surely, it is getting up there. But at the same time, I mean, it would be nice to really push the boundaries, which is why for the past couple of years I've jumped from 3ds Max to Cinema 4D. I've jumped from Adobe After Effects to Blackmagic Fusion, and just recently I acquired a non-commercial license for Foundry Nuke. So I'll be giving that a test drive, and it's actually the brand new version, Nuke X12. So we'll see how good or bad Axem Rangers X is. But the bottom line is, Axem Rangers is evolving. I mean, it really is evolving. I mean, we introduced the Mugen engine for a few Axem Rangers X fights, especially Red and Void in the new Axem Rangers series. And there's been a lot of art as well. I mean, fan art, commissions, you name it. I mean, Axem Rangers X has been growing and growing ever since. and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. And other than that, a lot of stuff has happened as well. I mean, as you can actually see behind me, yes, it is official. My entire studio was renovated, so no longer do I have the green screen behind me. Now the green screen is actually behind this wall unit here, and yeah, this is gonna be my new setup from now on, because I mean, obviously my room needed a renovation, and as you can see from the walls, it's not blue or green anymore. Now it's purely beige. And yeah, so a lot has happened in the past few months. And what I'm about to show you guys right now is a preview of what to expect in the brand new episode of Axem Rangers S. So let me give you a quick rundown. So basically, we got the Doom ship. Obviously, there's gonna probably involve pirates, and of course, Cyber. We all love Cyber. He's an amazing captain. And of course, he's right here. Arg, matey! I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist doing his voice. I really couldn't resist his voice. And then we have the pirates. The pirates are back. And of course, we already know that when it comes to the pirates, we have Pirate Ranger. So yeah, expect the unexpected, because let's just say this story is going to involve Toads and Princess Peach, and basically what's going to happen is we are going to have a bowling tournament. Now, for those of you wondering, there was a raunchy movie that was inspired by this episode, and what's funny about this movie is that it has become a relic of non-existing history because of the fact that everybody has forgotten about it, and it comes from this game, Elf Bowling, which was by far the gruesome yet funniest PC game in the 1900s, and it evolved into a movie which unfortunately did not get a good reception from critics, hence why it became a laughing stock in the industry of games. And yeah, this is pretty much where it comes from, the episode. So basically, the name of the episode is called Shockwave Gutterball. And I actually did take that from another video game that I actually did play, Shockwave Gutterball, where you actually throw the ball to hit the pins in the bowling alley, and you get to control where the ball is moving. So yeah, Shockwave Gutterball. And what's funny is that the announcer actually taunts you if you actually do miss any of the pins, or if you get a split or anything. And yeah, this story revolves heavily around Elf Bowling the movie, as well as Shockwave Gutterball the game. So yeah, expect a lot of hilarity from that. And other than that, there has been something else that I would like to speak to you guys about. I've been writing a story recently on a very special season of Axem Rangers, and this is something I never told anybody about, and I'm hoping to hopefully make this story a reality, especially on YouTube, because I really want to animate the story, and I really want to get, the voice actors for it. And so to do this, I had to create a fairy tale story. And the thing is, I wanted to create a story that had creepypastas, and FYI, I've never done a creepypasta story until now. So basically what happens is, let's just say there's this magician. You already know him as Void Ranger, and obviously we can never forget his heroism. So Void Ranger, he's a magician. He goes into the kingdom of Townstead. There he meets a ruthless king who tends to abuse his subjects, including Void Ranger, who applies for the job as the Royal Fool. And of course, Void Ranger ends up taking the abuse, and you might say to yourself, why did he take the job in the first place? Let's just say there was something that was calling his name, and that very thing is a weapon of RA9. And of course, you all know him as the golden disciple of evil. RA9, he has a new weapon aboard, and this one can tear pages. And yes, you heard me, pages. It's a book. The weapon is a book. This is a book that can kill. It's a spell book, and it is very dangerous if used in the wrong hands. As of now, there are only 2 characters that have the authority to use it, and that is the Princess and RA9. And the reason why those 2 characters, because first of all, the Princess was the one that found the book, and RA9 is because he owns the book that he made, that he wants to use to destroy life as we know it. And let's not forget, RA9 has made hundreds and thousands of weapons, including the famous Ultra Stars from the original Axem Rangers X series. Now, of course, again, RA9 is still going to be the main villain, but now at the same time we have this evil king who is the secondary villain that Void Ranger and the Princess must defeat. And there will be hurdles along the way, definitely. And I would like to share with you all this picture of the Princess. And this is a collaboration that I've been working on with Yoshiman1118 and P Fritz. And basically, this is inspired by Little Ball of Giggles. So this is the princess. This is the princess that carries the book. And yeah, in the story, she does get captured and Void has to save her. So in this story, the book is a very powerful weapon. And if Void Ranger doesn't decipher it as soon as possible, then I'm afraid that's the end of the little princess and the end of Void as we know it. So I'm gonna be giving you guys more updates as the story progresses, but basically this is gonna be one of those adventures that, let's just say, you're gonna be amazed, shocked, and surprised at the tone that this story is about to take, because, as I said, I have never done a creepypasta before, and this is definitely gonna be my first in this realm. And on top of that, I have one other special surprise to share with you all. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I am actually holding someone or something in my hand. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey there, it's me, Void Ranger. Oh, anyone there?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. the plushie lady on deviantart.com sent me Void Ranger, the plushie. My OC, finally in plush form. And he's a mini size, so he's perfect. So, on top of that, if you would like to get your own OC or any fan-made character, go to deviantart.com, type the plushie lady, and she will make you a plushie. And with that being said,
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us on ARX Day. Now please, watch some more Axem Rangers S. Please. And don't forget, a new episode is coming soon.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist doing Void Ranger's voice.
Oh, come on, that was really fun.
Yes, it was Void Ranger. Yes, it was. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us today on Axem Rangers S Day. Enjoy the brand new episode that's out now, and I will be following up with you guys in the next video. So, see you all later. Peace out.
Dear Cyber Ranger, I want to take this moment to apologize for my rash behavior I've had against you for the past few years. I called you fat, I've been a hard ass, I have criticized your crew members, I called you fat, I exposed how you enjoyed filthy sex with Spurgle, I called you fat. Everything was hurtful, Cyber, and it's not fair on my part. And I'm sorry. Lots of love. Your former crewmate, Pirate. Cyber Ranger, what the hell are you doing aboard me vessel? Where the hell is me crew? Your crew's lying down there before me, you whippersnapper. How dare you? And I wrote an apology letter to ask you to rejoin the crew. Is that too much to ask from you, Cyber? Does he mean this here piece of paper? You mean you have my letter I wrote to you? How could you? Of all crew members, you refused my request? Because you're just a dirty little barnacle waiting for the slaughter. I warn you, Cyber, this means war! For war, for water, for country, and... Who dares refuse to aid the great Captain Cyber? What is this place? That there rat is me former crewmate pirate, who I'm bound forever by family blood. Pirate, nonsense me boyo. What gave you that idea? Then what are you waiting for? Hoist anchor, Hey, you think you can get me some chips, please? Chop, chop. You've been taking advantage of this kingdom for all day now. You have only 1 week to hightail it out of here, or we will have to take you out of that mushroom kingdom by force. Arrgh. So that's how it is, huh? Arrgh. So you choose a pathetic princess bitch over me, eh? Well then, if dost thou want me to leave, I challenge thee to a bowling competition. Winner gets the kingdom, loser is banished forever. Pirate Ranger, I accept. Let's bowl.
Yippee! Yay! Wow!
You almost got out of pin. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice shot. What, you're gonna do this one at a time? What's going on over here? You miss everything. Nice. What's going on over here? Nice shot over there, huh? Gobble gobble, we got a turkey over here.
So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Pirates attack! Arrgh! Feast your eyes before me, prisoner, a fat rear-ended warrior with a leopard filthy women.
No.
Arrgh! You in one army! Oh my, Cyber, thou art returned from thy frozen slumber. Arrgh, indeed, Buckle. And because of you, tried to run me out of house. I propose we bowl again, one last time.
Yippee! Yay!
You can do better.
Hi!
What are you gonna do with that split over there? Nice shot over there, huh? What are you gonna do with that split over there? You bowl like my mother. One pin.
Yeah!
That's a strike. Ooh, that was really bad game.
All right!
Can we please talk about this? Hello?
Yay!
Well, I'm flattered and all. Wait a minute. Sirloin isn't sirloin beef.
Yay!
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
After saving Peach's Mushroom Kingdom from evil pirates, Cyber Ranger saves the day. But unfortunately for Cyber, Peach and her kingdom all want Cyber Ranger for dinner. Will Cyber and his crew escape from the Mushroom Kingdom? And what will happen to Pirate Ranger and his fellow pirates in the Mushroom Land? Don't miss the next episode of Axem Ranger's S. Coming to Leafeon season, we have 3 new matches, ladies and gentlemen. Mario and Peach, they will square off in a battle of the sexes. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an exhibition match. Only one of these fighters is going to win. And who will it be? And then, a 3-on-3 brawl. Toad, Toadette, and Toadsworth will take on the Magic Koopas at Leafeon season, who will be eliminated. And then, Cyber engages battle with Pirate in a lumberjack match. Pirates will be at ringside, and they will destroy anyone who leaves the ring. Axem Ranger's S Leafeon season. More matches coming soon, only 3 episodes away, and we'll see you there. Oh my lord, I've been waiting a long time for this moment. On October 25th, 2009, Axem Ranger's X made its debut on YouTube. And here we are, 2009. I got a bombshell to drop for every last one of you. So let's get started. First of all, you're all wondering what is going on with this scene. As you can see, there are lots of police officers and... Ooh, I wonder. It looks like there is a police officer that is missing in this entire group. And you know what? That's right, there is a police officer missing. And what you're about to see is something very special. But before that, a little bit of backstory. So, first of all, I started with, if you saw the last video, I started with Mario making levels, and then jumped into Sprite Comics. At the same time, I created an OC. And to be honest with you, I have to admit, this is by far the most pathetic piece of crud I've ever done, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Check this out. Right now I'm doing a very crappy drawing on my very first OC. Just like Project SNT, I was a huge gamer fan back in the day, and unlike Project SNT, who was interested in the Sonic fan base, I was more into Mario, actually. And just like Courtney, I pretty much I pretty much made my own OC for the hell of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to my own OC. Now, you can already tell looking at this crappy drawing. You notice the F. That's right. The F from my OC is the exact same F from Void Ranger's cap. And so, many years I held on to this character until high school, when I decided, okay, you know what, I'm not going to do anything that is related to Mario. I'm just going to do a brand new series called Axem Rangers X. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you all know him as Void Ranger. Void, the cute, lovable Blue Ranger who always has a lust for adventure. And my, how he's grown. But let's never forget one little thing. Even though he's grown, you never forget his signature hat. And yes, you saw it. It was an F. Now, the only difference between my original OC Frankie, when I was like, oh, I don't know, a few years old, and this, the biggest difference is the color change. Now, back in the old days with my Frankie OC, his color was red. Here, it's blue. My, how favorite colors change from time to time. Am I right? So yeah, that is basically the story of Void Ranger, my OC, and how he became one of the best young Rangers to help Red Ranger win in the final battle. Not to mention the youngest Ranger to win in a final battle. But I know why you're all here. You're not here to listen to the OC story of Void Ranger. You're all here for the bombshell. So, let's just say I had this scene involved with it. You can tell it's a nuclear power plant. But first, before I actually show you the video, I want to give you one other story that I want to explain. So, back in the day, when I was looking at new sprites to add to the Axem Rangers X series, I came across the police officers. So, the police officers, I found one interesting sprite. And unlike all the other police officer sprites, this one was a woman. So I thought, okay, let's see. If I want to give Void Ranger a new character to basically fall in love with, I have to give something like a character with authority. And here's the thing, we've never done a character with authority before become the love interest to the main character until now. So basically what I did was I took the female sprite, gave her some backstory, and also found a voice actress. Her name is Millie Cool, and she is currently the voice of this amazing character. And also, I went to DeviantArt.com and asked a few artists to draw some pictures. So, oh my god, she's so cute. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the new character of the Axem Rangers X series, Officer Sarah Collins. And ladies and gentlemen, wow, is she sketched beautifully. And this is a sketch made by one of my favorite artists, Choco Annie from DeviantArt.com. I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, she is an amazing artist. You should definitely accept a commission from her. It really is awesome. And other than that, I found some other sketches from another artist who I commissioned, Kugawatan, and he made a series of sprites with poses of Sarah Collins. So we see Sarah holding a watch, Sarah carrying a gun, Sarah being imprisoned, and of course, Sarah, let's just say, force flirting with Void. Because we know how big of an authoritarian hothead she's gonna be. Let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, she is a tough cookie to crumble. Because she really is a tough cookie. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, meet Sarah Collins. She is the brand new character of Axem Rangers S. She is the official the third love interest to Void Ranger, and she is hard as nails. But little does Void Ranger know, she even has a soft side, which anyone can barely see. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The OC, Sarah Collins, as a police officer, Millie Cool as her voice, and ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is something very special. What you're about to see is going to blow your mind. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining me today on ARX Day. Now please enjoy the brand new episode of Axem Rangers S, Sarah Collins' big debut, as well as this little special treat that I have planned for you all. Thank you all very much. Happy ARX Day, and enjoy.
She has battled to succeed and survive from a very early age. She offered her assistance to this police department and to the FBI. Are you in the audience? I believe you are tonight. Would you please stand? So thank you, and we're depending on you.
Thank you, Dad. I won't let you down. I promise. It's such an honor to join the police academy, the very school run by my father, the greatest police chief who ever lived. And I vow under oath I will follow my father's footsteps and carry out justice.